Hello, fellow creators. It's Bluebrad here. Tonight I am going to spend 30 minutes to an hour on creating a new graphic style. And this one will be a Christmas themed graphic style. I hope everybody enjoys, and I'm pretty much not going to speak very much, and sorry that I do not have any audio. I haven't found any non-copyrighted audio, or I can't afford to buy a whole bunch of audio to have play in the background. If you'd like, follow my Patreon at the bottom of the links and help support me to make this experience a little bit better. And if you have any requests, go ahead and shoot me an email or visit either one of my profiles and hit me up in the messengers. Alright? Talk to you guys a little bit more while I'm working on the project. So I already started with a 4x4 inch in CMYK mode because that's the mode I most likely always work in. Also, because most of my product always goes to print, so it's always a good idea to work in the color mode that you're going most to. And let me go ahead and switch over to 3 screen. Oh, that's right. It broke and went to my old one. Alright, so I'm now on the right profile, and for some reason, my Astute Graphics panels disappeared. Let me fix that. Show all Astute panels. There we go. Alright, that's good. And for some reason, auto hide turned off. So let me reset Illustrator real quick. I'll be right back. I'm just getting back up the graphic styles here. Getting back open Illustrator. And I also have had something go a little bit wrong with my purchasing system. I'm looking at completely rebuilding under a different name, or just having clipartgenius.com be its complete own entity outside of the shopbot Bluebrad. Um, but yeah, I haven't had as many orders to actually make that happen because that means I have to expand my server and make it bigger, which costs more money. So I have not done that yet. So let me switch back over now that I got it back open. Just didn't want you guys seeing my desktop and seeing something I did not notice, and it's compromising. Alright. I need to figure out how to trim my screen. I haven't been able to figure that out yet. That's good. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to figure out is what text I'm going to use. I'm going to try to use a Adobe font. So, more fonts. It's not coming up. I'm going to pick one randomly. I think I have one that's actually called Santa. Yeah. As long as it's a clean, smooth font, I guess I can do that. Which it's not. So I can't use it. Yeah, that won't work. That will. Actually, not both in the same font. Let's try to find something else for Christmas. I love that one so much. Uh, let's do this one. Ooh, actually, I like that better. Yeah, we're going to use the same font for both. I'm going to do Merry Christmas. I'm going to find that straight. Alright. I always leave the font for you guys completely unflat. Because this one, I'm going to do a graphic style, but then I'm also going to do a project file. So this one's going to be a double. Definitely, yeah. This will be a double for everybody. Okay, so I'm going to do one theme here. Oops. I wish there was a way that it would say you unused text and you haven't reselected it. Would you like to delete it? Alright, so this one's going to be a graphic set. These ones are going to be individual inside of a graphic set. So I'm going to have, what, 5 different graphic styles for you guys? Yeah, let's start working on the first one. So the first one, I'm going to go ahead and pull out my appearance palette, my swatches, and graphic styles, because I'm going to start making them. What else would I need? I'm going to make symbols. I'm going to be applying strokes. I'm bringing all this to you guys' side so that way you guys can see what I do. Oh, actually, reset. Ah. I really wish it would let you save workspace. Because now it reset, but it resets to the even older version of what I had. Alright, well, I just mainly need the appearance palette. So the first thing I'm going to do is this base color will be red. I'm going to customize this red a little bit. Also, the reason why I do this is because I'm going to mark this the first color. So I'm going to bring in 10%. I'm going to bring it down to 90. Because I don't want, actually maybe 95. Yeah, actually maybe 15 or 13. Yeah, that looks good. I like that red. It's not CMYK red, but it's a little bit lighter. But actually, what I want to do is I didn't do it. I want to make sure it's set as global. And what I want to do is I'm actually going to pull out a gradient in this thing. So I'm going to make sure I direct select Mary. Characters, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to make sure there's no character color. And then I'm going to go back out to type, which is the full set. And this color, I'm going to bring down from my color palette, drop it into that. I'm going to make sure it's rotated 90 degrees. Yeah, and then what we're going to do, actually, I just screwed up. Leave this white, no color, just white. I'm going to leave it like that. Then I'm going to duplicate that gradient. I'm going to bring back the color, and then I'm going to select this color above it. And the reason why I'm doing this is because that way I have more control. And that way this is just a black and white mask, and I can control it now. Like that. That looks good. Okay. So now I got the base, and now I'm going to set my upper color, which would be gold, which it's going to be to the outside. So I'm not going to worry about that right now, but this is 02-1, or yellow, gold. I'm actually going to label it gold in because it's not gold, because there's no such thing as gold in print world. It's not a metallic color. I'm going to do 6 and let's do 10. I think it was 10 and 10. Yeah, that gets me close to a golden color. Make sure it's global. That's always another thing to make sure that the color gets global. And then I'm going to go to the stroke palette here. I want to make sure it's... Let's make it... No, that's correct how it is. It's 1. And then I'm going to effects path, or it's on a different screen. Offset path. And I'm going to go 1 point. Offset. And then make sure it's selected to round and hit preview. 1 was too much. So 0.5 PT. That looks good. I did not mean to click that. And reselect it. Now I'm back in. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clone this. And then I'm going to take the bottom one, go effects. No, distort and transform. Transform. And in this window here, I'm going to do 20 copies. And I'm going to move it 0.5 PT by 0.5 PT, which PT stands for points. And then if I hit preview, that's way too many drops. So what I'm going to do here, and in fact, I'm going to have to do the same thing to that clone up there. But what I want to do here is, instead of 20, we're going to bring that down. Just to where it's just a little bit 3D. And horizontally, I'm going to move it less. There we go. I like that better. Then we hit OK. Then I'm going to clone this stroke. I'm going to make the stroke white. Then with the offset path and everything on it, we're going to distort, transform, and it's going to go up to the left slightly. So horizontally, minus 0.00001 and minus 0.001 minus 0.001. So that should give us a slight glow when we turn on this preview. Yes, perfect. Also, the other thing I'm going to do is go into the stroke palette, and I'm going to turn these to round, because I like my strokes round when they're supposed to be bumped. Now if I zoom into this, you're going to start seeing a little bit of that detail that's supposed to be coming in. Deselect, direct select. Actually, I'm going to move that stroke over just a tad bit more. Now this isn't the set size. That's too much. So we'll go 3 and 3. I think that looks good. Now I want to add some texture to it. So now without it selected, we're going to go do a star. I'm going to do a 4 point. We're going to click after I created a 4 point, and I did it perfectly like that. Radius, it's going to be 3 point, and inner radius is 0.01 PT. 4 points. Go. Almost looks right. I think I did it right, actually. Control C, Control F, and then I'm going to rotate this one perfect 90 degrees, and I'm going to scale it down. Now, if I take this, make sure the fill is white and the stroke is none, and group that. Now take it, and I'm going to turn it into a symbol. Make sure it's a static symbol and graphic. After that, I'm going to go ahead and delete all that. Now, I'm going to redirect select this, and actually undo. I'm going to bring out my brushes. I'm going to bring that object back in here. I'm going to bring this to my brushes. I meant to put it in my brushes. And this would be a scatter brush. Go. Hit OK. because I can come back to that menu, which I do love that. I wish every menu can be come back to. And then we're going to duplicate the yellow layer and apply the scatter brush. Okay, now it just did a whole bunch of little stars all over it, which is perfect. That's not exactly what I want. So instead of yellow, these are going to be white. And then in the scatter brush settings, so I'm going to double click on the brush that I created and snow, because that's what this is supposed to be representing. Okay, instead of the skies being scaled, we're going to go random. And then we're going to scale down. I'm going to turn the preview so I can see this thing live in action. And then we're going to scale up just a little bit. I just used my scroll just to do a little bit of adjustment. Spacing, random. Again, scale down, scale up, perfect. Scatter, random, scale down, scale up. Okay, and then rotation. I'm going to really scale down and really scale up. And I try not to make the numbers perfect, because else then you'll have perfect stuff. And I'm almost liking that. What I'm going to do, and I'm going to hit apply to strokes, so it automatically kept it. I don't like the centers of that, so I'm going to bring it back out. I'm going to zoom in, and with my direct select tool, I'm going to select the center, hit S for scale, and I'm going to bring it up until it's a good enough size. Perfect. And then now what I'm going to do is gradient instead of that way. I'm going to do, whoa, I did it on the stroke. Do new fill. Oh, that's the other reason why. It's because there's a background behind it. Okay, try that again. Okay, and then instead of this being black, we're going to double click on it, make it white, and then opacity 0. So the star is fading. Alright, then reselect it. I'm going to scale it down just a tad, because it was a little too big. Actually, a little bit more. And then I'm going to take this, and while holding Alt, go back over the original brush, let go, and it's going to say you're going to, oh, cannot contain, wait, artwork contains an element that, oh, it's probably the gradient. Dang it. Well, we'll leave it white. That's a bummer. Maybe because it's grouped? Let's just leave it white. We'll just, I think that's what it was, is it's not allowed to still have gradients and scatter brushes. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, so we're going to hit OK, apply strokes. And by automatically, it did it. So now I'm going to come back in here with the direct selected. I'm going to double click on my scatter brush, or actually double click on it here. And then we are going to path, and I'm going to bring this randomize down and up. Yeah, because I want less of them. Perfect. Alright, so delete that original piece. Make sure I'm still not having random pieces anywhere. Okay. That looks good. Now what it needs is snow inside that piece. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a circle. Very small circle. And another one. A little bit bigger. And another one. A little bit smaller. Another one over here, a little bit bigger. Another one over here, a little bit smaller. Now I'm going to duplicate these and move them around a little bit. Alright, that looks like a little good patch to me. Now what I'm going to do is, with it selected, I'm going to drag all of these to my swatches palette. Now in my swatches palette, with that selected, oops, I deselected it, I'm going to make a square. Don't know why I applied a stroke. We'll just reverse those. Shift X to reverse. Oops. And I want to delete the stroke. Make sure there's no stroke. Looks okay, but I can see a pattern. So I'm going to double click on this pattern. Oops. And then pattern. Double click. Alright, now I'm in the pattern palette. With this open, I'm going to change it to hex by column or hex by row. I think I'll do by row this time. And now, if I hit Control A, I can figure out which one is the one that's crossing and which ones are too close to each other and too big. Let's get this a little bit more randomized. I need even smaller ones. I want smaller, not rotation. Give me my tool, please. I can't zoom in anymore. Make it just a tad bigger. That was too big. Just a tad. And then we need a random one there. And another random one here. Double click out. Hey, that looks like snow. But it's actually still a little too close to each other. You know what? Actually, it looks good. Does it look good over this? Yes. Alright. Now with that, I'm going to go in here. The direct selected. I'm going to go to the red fill here. I'm going to duplicate that one. And I'm going to change it to that pattern. Then, actually put it above, and then what I want to do is multiply. Right? One of these filters. I wish it would preview it. There we go. Oop. That one. Soft light. That's the one I wanted. Perfect. I think that looks good. Alright, I'm going to degroup this. Not that, but these two, because they weren't supposed to be grouped together. Now I'm going to take this one. I'm going to save it in my appearance palette. Or graphic styles. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and clear my graphic style. Ooh. Deselect. Delete. Yes. Okay. It just won't let you delete the default one. I wish you can modify it from here. There is a way to modify it within your preferences folder for your user on the computer, but it doesn't do it for everybody, so it's kind of pointless. And so I'm going to go ahead and create the first one just so I save it. I'm going to go ahead and apply that to this one down here because I'm going to do something slightly different. So this Merry Christmas one, it's going to be similar, but it's going to be different. So the first thing I'm doing is the stroke is now going to be this fill. Ooh, that looks horrible. So this color here, instead of that, I want it to be yellow. Kind of. And then let's see, can I modify this? Yeah, there we go. That's what I want to do. Make it slightly darker. Okay, and then we're going to remove the little spots. We're going to remove... Oh, I see what's going on. So turn that back. Turn that back. Kind of gave me the effect I'm looking for. I think what it is, the stroke has to be inside. But I can't do that with this form, with this text, for some odd reason. So what I'm going to do is remove the offset path. Remove the offset path. And this one should have the same thing. There we go. Actually, I think that fixed it. Then we're going to go to this one where the red is, and I'm going to do offset path. Make sure it's rounded. Not that big, but 0.01. Oops. Let's see what that looks like. Nope. 0.08. That's too big. 0.03. Not that big. 2. 5. Or 2, 0, 0, 0, 0. So when I deselect it, we just 2. Yeah. The gold needs a little bit lighting. So I'm going to duplicate this one. Made it too dark now. But instead, what I'm going to do is come in here. Instead of the darkening part down here. Who's messaging me? Nobody. Instead of multiply, we're going to do screen. Yeah. And instead of this color, it should be black. Or not. Wait a minute. The screen's not doing anything. So we're going to take off screen. We're going to find the right one. Oh wait. Take this to white. Put this one up top. This one here. Opacity 0. And normal. Kind of. This one should be the gold. Oh, that worked. That did exactly what I wanted to do. Kind of. Okay, that's it. Alright, 2 graphic styles. Now I'm going to apply that to this one down here. And then this graphic style will be a group graphic style to make it look even better. Which, Christmas, Control K, and I'm going to turn these on. Okay, let's go ahead and make my infamous little bubble box here. And instead we want inset, notch. There we go. This one's a little too far. Oh, why is it doing them all? There we go. I just want the one. There we go. So if I apply this graphic style, and then scale, it's scaling it. Okay, so that's small. Over here, large. Okay. So we go boonk, and boonk, small, large. Okay. Delete, clone, delete, clone. Alright. Small, large. So now I have 3 different ones to play with. Put those aside. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Clone, bump, clone, small, and then off the original. Doesn't matter. Needs to be bigger. Bunk. Alright. Delete this, this. And we need to clone it. And then we go, oops, small, medium, large. Alright. Make sure I save. Alright, saved. Now, I'm going to turn back off these. I wish these were up here. Those tools need to be up at this top of this menu always. The scaling effects. So, or in the scale palette. So if I have, where's that? Transform palette. So inside here, those should be there. Boom. But I can't do anything. Like, they should be always just available to me at any time. But I'm missing one. Oops. Control K. Transform patterns. That's missing. It's like, why in the heck did you guys get two, but not one? So I've just learned the shortcut and used the same thing, even though I have 3 computer monitors, so I can do everything all at once. All right, let's get the base now. So this needs a pedestal to sit on to make it feel more Christmassy, which would be green. So with these both selected, in the group appearance now, I'm going to go ahead and create a new fill, which will be this green. Maybe lighter. Too light. No, maybe it's good. Make sure it goes below content, because now I can't see it. But then I'm going to go effects, path, offset path, preview. That's way too big. 0.5, let's cut it in half first. Instead of meter, we always want rounded. Now it's taking on these shapes here. So I think we might have to find a happy medium somewhere. It's like just... You know what? That looks good there. I think I found the happy medium. And then we're going to duplicate it again. I'm going to do offset path. 8.5. Doesn't matter, because then I'm going to take this. I'm going to double click my color. And we want it lighter. That should be good. Yep. And then I'm going to duplicate this one up here again. Move it down. This one, we are going to go darker. That's going to be easy. And then offset path. Turn on preview so I can see this. And it's going to be, yeah, it looks good. And then we're going to, with it selected, go offset, transform, transform. Let's see where this goes first, and then we'll go from there. Way too far. 0, 0, 1, 0.001. Turned off preview somehow. Too little. I have this master tool here. I don't know why I'm not using it. That's because if I go over here to transform, select it, where'd it go? This one. It doesn't select it in here. That's just drop shadow. Let's enter glow. which does look good, but that's not what I want. I think that's outer glow or blur. See, it's doing the whole thing instead of just this one layer. Oh, here we go. Now it's actually working. So I can get this looking right. There we go. And then duplicate it again. And if I'm correct, if I come in here, and then this one, change the color. Do not like that. A little bit darker. I like that. Okay. That's very heavy on the computer. My computer is very powerful, and that's heavy on it. Alright, I'm going to save, because I haven't saved in a while. But I think that's it. I think I like that. So the font I had used is this. I'm going to leave it in here. So if you happen to have that same font and you're able to license it, go ahead and get it. If not, bummer. But this will be now available for sale on shop.bluebrad.com under the graphic style section. I hope everybody has a great night. This was interesting building this. Oh, need to make this a graphic style. Boom. So now anything that's grouped, so you have to create a second group so you don't apply to that, but bam. Ooh, I think I just got something. So I'm going to clone this and clone this. It's just the palette's in my way. Appearance palette should actually have been there. Gradient goes back here. Graphic styles go back above symbols. And gradient go back all the way over the edge. I barely use gradient. Oops. Alright, so they put that there. Let's move this section up. Okay. Move that there. Move that there. Let's scale both of these down a tad. What the heck? Scale corners. I forgot that's a thing now. So I like that. If I have it selected in my layers palette here, and I hit Control G, it groups that item, and then if I go to my appearance palette and apply another appearance to it, it will apply that appearance to the group. So it ignores the group. I wish there was one more tool that I can add. They just took it away from me. It was working. I don't know why they took it away, but within this last update, I noticed that when I went back into my graphic styles, I no longer had the tool. what I did is just simply pulled down this menu here, and it had scale style. So when I applied that scale style, it put a little scaler in here. There was a little drag bar that I could just drag left and right. And everybody thought I made this fancy plugin, and it was actually part of Illustrator. And just recently, it's gone. Maybe it was a plugin, and I just never knew it and never knew how I got it. But it was there, and it's been there for the past 5 years when I've had this computer. So I don't know what's going on. I asked them about it, and they said that it must have been a plugin, and I can't figure out where in the heck I got it. So I'm now looking for it, and I'm asking Astute to build that thing for me. It's just a little scale tool that all it does is all the graphic styles and everything. It just goes in and does the scale apply to all of the elements in that graphic style. Or if I select it on an individual thing like a stroke, I can now just scale that stroke and not have to worry about selecting other stuff. But it only go up and down, I think 10% of what it currently is. But I can apply it multiple times, so that was another thing. I think what I can do, let me go into my appearance palette here, go ahead and apply that. And if I do select content here, let me try it again. Transform. No, there was a transform. See, where'd it go? I don't know why it went away. I don't know if I somehow customized the menu or what I did, but I no longer have that profile, and obviously my 3 screen is broken. When I tell it to go to 3 screen, it doesn't do what I had the format as. Maybe it was in here. So if I do this and I scale it, see, the only thing it's doing is the lower one. So if I go 20 and 20, I can scale that one. Oh, do you know what? I see what's going on. Yeah, see, it's not scaling the upper one. Now it's not doing anything at all. But if I put it down at the bottom, it scales that one. Weird. We're going to delete that, and then move this into a good position, and we're going to leave it as is. Alright, but yeah, I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and get this saved and get it posted. If you guys want it, I think I'll put it up for the $10 price that everything is at, and I'm going to put up another contest. So if you do see this window, if you go to shop or clipartgenius.com, there will be a little button to win this exact one for free. It will end on Tuesday next week, so that way it'll be ready for Christmas Day. Alright, you guys have a great night, and I wish you guys all Merry Christmas, or Happy Holiday, or whatever you guys celebrate. Me being atheist, it does not matter, so I just like to still celebrate. I love the theme and the holiday. I wish that would spread out through all 4 seasons and create a holiday for each season and just call it a holiday and not a celebration of religion, or allow all religions to celebrate it, just whatever they're going to do. Alright, you guys have a great night.